In all 50 states and around the world, men make up the vast majority of persons who appear on lists of the richest people. Given the long history of discriminatory working practices and numerous obstacles to women's wealth, such as the prohibition on women using credit cards until the 1970s, this look is not surprising. Even now, there is an average $0.82 wage difference between men and women. The women on today's list found their good fortune in different ways. You might be surprised to learn that the ladies who have achieved the distinction of being the wealthiest women in America are not well-known figures like Beyonce, Oprah, or even the Kardashians. So, who are the richest women in America? What do they do? And how did they get their wealth? Stay tuned. Number 12. Victoria Mars. She is one of 4 sisters who will inherit the Mars confectionery and pet food empire. She also received an estimated 8% equal share of the business upon her father Forrest Mars Jr.'s passing in 2016. It all started when her great-grandfather Frank Mars established the confectionery business in 1911. Victoria had a significant role in the family firm and eventually rose through the ranks to hold the position of company chair. She served in it for 3 years before leaving the position in 2017. She is a vocal supporter of women in the workforce, from management to her company's supply chain. Mars Inc. strengthened its collaboration with CARE International in 2020 to support women's socioeconomic advancement in Ghana and the Ivory Coast's cacao-growing regions. Currently, she has a net worth of around $8.4 billion. Number 11. Valerie Mars. With her 2 sisters, she inherited an estimated 8% share in the candy and food firm Mars Inc. confectionery and pet food empire. Besides sweets, the company's other food brands include Uncle Ben's and pet food producers Pedigree and Whiskas. The 62-year-old woman is currently Mars' Vice President of Corporate Development, where she concentrates on mergers, acquisitions, and joint ventures. No wonder she has a net worth of $8.4 billion. In addition to serving on the boards of Fiat Chrysler Automobiles, Royal Canin, Rabobank North America, Conservation International, and other organizations. She also holds an MBA from Columbia Business School and a bachelor's degree from Yale University. Number 10. Merrick Mars. She is the youngest of the Mars sisters who received an estimated 8% share of the Mars Inc. confectionery and pet food empire. Along with her sister Valerie, she serves on the board of directors but keeps a lower profile than her siblings. She graduated from Duke University and previously worked as a regional manager for the pet food manufacturer Calcan Foods in Los Angeles. She has promoted companies that exhibit social responsibility, praising the Mars company's purpose marketing initiatives. Currently, she is worth around $8.4 billion. Number 9. Tamara Gustafson. Her father, B. Wayne Hughes, co-founded the self-storage business Public Storage in 1972, and Tamara Gustafson is its largest stakeholder with an 11% ownership in the company. According to Forbes, she is worth $8.6 billion. She currently sits on the board after formerly serving as vice president. She lives in Lexington, Kentucky, on a farm where racehorses are bred. Number 8. Ann Walton Cronk. She is also an heiress to Walmart's wealth. Surprisingly, with a net worth of $9 billion, she is a nurse and the wife of Los Angeles Rams and Denver Nuggets owner and billionaire real estate entrepreneur Stan Kroenke. This guy owns 5 sports franchises in the United States and the United Kingdom. Number 7. Diane Hendricks. She is one of the most affluent self-made ladies in America, with a net worth of $10.9 billion. She began her career by custom-built marketing homes, and after she wed Ken Hendricks, the two created their own company together. She is among the co-founders of the wholesale distributor of roofing, siding, and windows known as ABC Supply. According to Forbes, ABC is based in Beloit, Wisconsin, and has 811 branch locations with more than $12 billion in annual sales. She is presently ranked first among the richest self-made women in America. Diane has since produced several films and done well in the political sphere. She is also a well-known Republican Party fundraiser and passionate advocate for Wisconsin's economic growth. Number 6. Laurene Powell Jobs. She is the widow of Apple co-founder Steve Jobs, who received billions of dollars worth of shares in Apple and Disney after her husband passed away in 2011 from pancreatic cancer. So, since then, has Laurene made any investments of any kind? What made her worth a stunning $17 billion? She established the Emerson Collective in 2004, a philanthropic and investment group that promotes social change in education, the environment, media, and health. In September of last year, the group declared that she would use her Waverly Street Foundation to donate $3.5 billion over the course of 10 years to the battle against climate change. Before meeting her husband, she graduated from the University of Pennsylvania's Wharton School with a Bachelor of Science in Economics and a Bachelor of Arts in Political Science. She is also a Stanford Graduate School of Business MBA graduate. Number 5. Abigail Johnson. Abigail Johnson succeeded her father as the CEO and chairperson of Fidelity Investments in 2014. It all started when her grandfather established a banking company in Boston in 1946. She graduated from Harvard with an MBA, spent her summers working there, and in 1988 she was hired as an analyst. So, how much of the business does she own? According to Forbes, she holds a 24.5% stake in Fidelity, which manages $4.2 trillion in assets. At the helm of Fidelity, Johnson has adopted a non-traditional strategy, introducing new products aimed at millennials and embracing socially responsible investment in cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin. Regardless of her $22.3 billion net worth, she is married to a businessman in the healthcare industry, Christopher McCown. Number 4. Jacqueline Mars. Along with her brother John, the 4 daughters of her late brother Forrest Jr. and her sister Jacqueline, they collectively own around 1/3 of the business. Jacqueline spent 20 years working at Mars and was a board member until 2016. She has devoted a large portion of her time to the initiatives of the Mars Foundation, the candy company's charitable arm. She is a Virginia horse farmer. She holds board positions with several organizations, including the Smithsonian and the National Archives. So far, it's estimated that she has a net worth of around $33 billion. Number 3. Mackenzie Scott. Having been married to the wealthiest man in the world for 25 years, Jeff Bezos, the CEO of Amazon, gave Mackenzie Scott tens of billions of dollars as part of the divorce settlement they reached in 2019. Soon after, she made the infamous Giving Pledge, a group of philanthropists pledging to support philanthropic causes, promising to donate the vast bulk of her income. She donated more than $8.5 billion to numerous charity organizations in 2020 and 2021. Scott and Bezos were co-workers at the D.E. Shaw hedge fund, where they first met. She authored 2 novels and received her Bachelor of Arts in English from Princeton University. Currently, she is worth around $43.5 billion. Number 2. Julia Koch. She was born in Iowa, where Julia's parents opened a women's clothing store in the Arkansas town of Conway. However, in the 1980s, she relocated to New York to model and later worked as the designer Adolfo's assistant, clothing people like Nancy Reagan. She is now the head of the David H. Koch Foundation, which provides funding for medical research, education, and the arts. No wonder she has a net worth of over $53 billion. Currently, she is the wife of wealthy entrepreneur David Koch, and her 3 children received a 42% ownership stake in Koch Industries upon his passing in 2019. It all started in 1991 when they went on a blind date and later were hitched. The private business operates across several sectors. Number 1. Alice Walton. Finally, let's address the question of who was the wealthiest American woman. Alice Walton, the sole child of Walmart's founder Sam Walton, chose not to enter the family business like her brothers Rob and Jim Walton did. Although most of her wealth, which adds up to almost $65 billion, comes from Walmart. But she has started some companies. After working as an analyst and trader in her early career, Alice Walton launched her investment bank, Llama Company. Unfortunately, in the late 1990s, it was shut down. But later on, by building the Crystal Bridges Museum of American Art in Bentonville, Arkansas, she followed her love of the arts. In 2006, she created Camp War Eagle, a sliding-scale Christian summer camp. And now, 2 years ago, Alice announced the opening of her Whole Health Institute in Bentonville, intending to transform the way the country views healthcare to put an emphasis on wellness-based goals rather than illness. And there you have it, guys. Some of these women were born with a silver spoon, but the truth is most of them worked hard to get where they are today. Will the majority of them continue to be role models, or will greed and power take over, as it has done to many in the past? Anyway, what did you enjoy the most about them? Who among them inspired you the most? Don't go anywhere. There are more great videos on the way. Feel free to watch the next one on screen. See you there.